We are at Fireman's West.
Yes,
Fireman's West Raw Dog.
Yes, we are.
And we are actually somehow in the middle of a game right now.
Middle of a game, top of the 10th inning.
Top of the 10th, 1-1. And game 4 of the World Series. We stopped that around 6 days ago.
It's been a crazy season so far. What is it, July 24th?
It is July 25th now.
We're still in the middle of the World Series.
And most of the teams went home June 16th, June 23rd. Like, it's so strange. World Series started July 7th. And game 4 is going to span 9 days by the time it's all said and done, which is just another bizarre, crazy thing to top off this season, basically.
We're giving the viewers what they want. If you've seen from the last couple of World Series games, nobody was sitting back and saying, boring game, boring game. Every single person was on the edge of their seats, not knowing what was going to happen next. Doesn't matter if you're up 6 runs, down 2 runs, up 3 runs. They knew there was always going to be a show. And on Friday, both pitchers came out to pitch.
Yeah, you're right, because Friday was like a different type of game. The first 3 games, they took a lead, you guys came back. This Friday, they went up 1-0. You guys answered 1-1. And then it was just, a great defensive day. I'd have to say the best play of the day was Eddie Richte's play on Jimmy.
Gorgeous play. Saved the game.
Saved the game, and that was early. That was second inning. They went up 1-0, bases loaded. Leo was all over the place at that point in the game, walking 3 guys that inning. And Jimmy, after a foul ball landed that I don't think should have ever landed, it landed. Jimmy gets a new life, rips the ball to second. Eddie makes a diving stop.
Ridiculous play.
Bad throw, and then Mavora makes the scoop.
The defense was locked down, and if Jimmy's ball goes through, you gotta understand, the SmackDown only needs to win 1 game and they're in.
Right.
So if they hit that ball through and now you're telling me it's a 3-1 game and Jimmy's on second or Jimmy's on first and the merry-go-round keeps going, who knows what's going to happen? Leo was pitching good, but with those couple of walks, who knows? His morale could have been taken right out of the game.
Sure.
With that hit, and who knows what could have happened. That play by Eddie Richte, that's a veteran play. And that's somebody that's welcome back into the league. I heard he hasn't played in the last, 7 years, he
Something like that. It's a long time since he played.
And he's coming out playing Gold Glove second baseman this year.
So, yes, he definitely is. And so that was that play in the second. They had a couple of good plays. I mean, Max, speaking of Eddie, Max had that barehanded play.
That was a gorgeous play. I was watching your highlights, and that was a ridiculous play. I didn't even know that was a play.
Yeah, that was the first play of the game, actually. The first, you guys had lick. So it was the first play of the first inning for you guys. And then Lewis had that nice catch in foul territory.
Yes.
But in terms of magnitude, like bases loaded, like we said, that Eddie play was huge. SmackDown did not pounce on you guys with all the walks. 6 walks in the first 3 innings. They only scored once. And against your team, that's never going to fly because you guys always come back some way, somehow. And they didn't build enough of a lead this time.
They didn't build enough of a lead, but we didn't do enough to secure Leo the win. That's why we're still in the middle of Game 4.
Mm-hmm.
When Leo only gives up 1 run to a great team like SmackDown, we should be able to come out and hit. Not saying anything against Nate B. He's a great pitcher. He knows how to hit the zone. But we have a great lineup, 1 through 10, and we're all a bunch of hitters. And we had times in the day that we had spots, man on second, man on third, man on first. And, Navy got out of it. That's what a good pitcher does. Good pitcher sits down, gets his stuff, knows what he needs to do, pounds the strike zone, and finds the ball that's going to get him out of the inning. And that was the biggest thing on Friday. Everybody played amazing ball. I can't really remember any errors, any bad plays, anything bad. Both pitchers came out to pitch, and that's what you call a good baseball game.
The difference I thought for Nate B in this game compared to the other 3 games was that against the middle and bottom of the lineup, because you guys have been torturing him. No one's batting 600, we understand that, but when he wants that quick, 1, 2, 3 inning when he's facing 7, 8, 9 or 8, 9, 10, he had not been able to get it. In this game, he was able to go, I think, from the 5 spot down to 10 without too much of an issue. And that's why it's 1-1 instead of 5-1 or 5-1 or 3-1 or whatever.
You're 100% right about that. It's funny that you said that because every time we're sitting there and all the boys are telling us the one hitter, the two hitter, the three hitter, like the bottom of the lineup starts it up, the bottom of the lineup starts it up, and they keep saying it over and over again because that's been our motto. That's what we've been doing all season long. And exactly how you just said it, Norm, that in Game 4, I don't think anybody, like you said, from the 5-hitter on, was able to really get on base and take control or really take control of the game.
So now it's interesting because now you have Hank is going to be your leadoff guy because John made the last out.
Right. Hank's the number 5
So
batter.
now Hank is the number 5 batter.
Yes.
I always get confused with what you do 6, 7, 8. I know
Hank
it's
is 5.
yeah.
Mocas is 6.
Shimmy 7, Abe 8, or other way around.
It's Abe 7, Shimmy 8.
Gotcha.
Dog 9.
Then Raw Dog 9 bends to 10. So and Hank has been getting on base.
Hank's been getting on
a lot.
Hank is such a veteran. It's either a walk, a single, a double. He gets on base.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say about him. You can mock his age, mock the person he is. I love playing with him. I played with him last year on the Ducks. I'm playing with him this year, and he is an amazing teammate. Not only does he bring a glove to the field, that third base, I've never seen such a flawless third baseman. He makes the plays look so easy.
Yeah.
And when he gets up to the bat, nothing even phases him. Doesn't matter who the pitcher is, doesn't matter what. He waits for his count, waits for his pitch, and then when he gets his pitch, the guy rocks the ball like he's 17 years old.
It's funny, Hank and Salim, the 2 third basemen in this series, are both making tons of plays. They're getting ton of action, and they seem to be making every play. Let me ask you about this SmackDown team and your White Walker team, personality-wise. It seems to have it got a little chippy now, and I know it's intense and everything. Do you not like this team, this SmackDown team? Is there animosity over here?
It's World Series, Game 4, everything's on the line. Everybody's been playing since March 31st.
Right.
Everybody started the season off wearing hats over their ears, gloves and jackets. Now we're sitting here talking on the baseball field, shorts and a t-shirt. Of course there's going to be chippy baseball. Everybody wants to win at the end of the day. Nobody wants to go home and say, oh yeah, we made it to the World Series, but I have nothing to show for it. Doesn't mean anything. Nobody remembers the second place team.
Right.
I don't care how good the series was. I don't care that we came back, this and that, or vice versa. Nobody remembers the second place team. And in the World Series, everything comes out. And you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of chippiness from the SmackDown side and then the White Walkers side. And like I said, the White Walkers aren't going to back down. I know their pitcher is top notch. I know their team is great. But the White Walkers are here to stay. The White Walkers are here to stay, and we're not going anywhere. So Sunday comes, we're ready to play White Walker ball. We're ready to show them how it's done, and we're ready to take it to a Game 5.
So it's funny because when someone comes to watch at the field and then they see Nate B make the final out on John and then get in his face, they're like, well, why does he have to do that? But then the other person goes, no, you missed it before because John, ran in front of our bench after he made a double play or something. And then they go, no, but you missed last game. And it just keeps going back and back and back.
So to be honest with you, I'm not going to get into this back and forth. But does John talk? No. But what John did on Friday was the best thing in the world because all the talking that Naby does and all the galloping behind him that he does, which I don't think is appropriate at all as a pitcher. If he was a 10th round pitcher, Naby, and wow, he's blowing people lights out, then I would say, wow, you know what? He could do whatever he wants. Everybody knows he's the best. That's why you're taking number 1 overall. Everybody knows you're the best. So to go behind a player, to gallop and talk like that, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. And when John made that double play, he didn't talk or anything. He just went up to the bench and just put his finger on his mouth and just said no talking. That's it. Didn't even say a word. And that's the best thing. He said, let my actions talk for me. Instead of talking, he plays the way an athlete's supposed to play on the field. No talking and just show us how you do. Show us how you do. There's no reason to stare down a player on the pop-up. There's no reason to talk on a player on a double play. Everybody knows you're the best. That's why you were taken number 1 overall in the YMSL league, the most prestigious league. And, this banter and all this garbage makes the World Series not as much fun as you want it to be. That's how I think of it.
I'm sure you've thought of this a billion times. Do you think you had the advantage if we continued playing? Let's say it wasn't Friday. Let's say it was a Thursday, no Shabbat, and we could play another 40 minutes, another hour. You think you guys would have had the advantage continuing playing that game on that field? Or is it better for you to play 9 days later? It's sort of like a strange sudden death situation. You have Licks playing Sunday morning on a different field also. Like, there's so much going on.
I never want to stop anything, you know what I mean? But we were in the process. Shabbat was about to start. There's nothing that we can do. Do I want to say that, yeah, Sunday morning I want to have Leo fresh and I want Nate B fresh pitchers ready to go 1 inning, 2 innings? I'd rather not. I'd rather play. They both played beautiful. But you know what? We played hard baseball, 10 innings, and now it's time to see what the pitchers have left in the tank. Are they going to tire out? Are the people going to get on base? Who's going to lock down? Is the defense going to be strong enough? Is the defense behind the pitcher going to be strong? Is the offense going to come out swinging? Now you're playing a new game. Who knows? It could be 1 inning. It could be 2 innings. It could be 12 innings. We don't know what's going to happen.
Amazing.
It's going to be, like you said, anything could happen that day. We could be here for 10 minutes or we could be here for 5 hours.
Right.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what team's going to come out. Walker's on top. SmackDown on top. All I know is going to be great softball. And if you're not there on Sunday morning, you're going to miss one of the greatest games in history.
I think so, and the trophy will be given to somebody, and it's going to be 12 guys that are going to get their name on that trophy
The trophy's
forever.
going home on Sunday no matter what.
My wife is thrilled. It's been in our dining room.
She's trying to serve Friday night dinner.
Like, did anyone want this thing? So
Noah puts it in the middle of his table instead of a
love it.
bouquet of flowers.
I love it. I learned so much history by looking at that thing, Like, you learn about these other teams, and you're like, wow, this guy used to play short? I never knew that. This guy used
Funny
to play
you said that. I
something
was
good.
looking at the plaque the other day. I didn't even know Mo Haber played shortstop.
I know.
I'm like, Mo, you can slide and dive like that?
Mo Haber as a hitter, just as a hitter, was one of the best hitters you'd ever see. Now he's so much older,
But he's
people
still
don't know how
cranking.
good he was. He
He's
could
still
still hit. He's still a tough
Some
out.
of these guys, you look at them and you're like, wow, they must have been hitters because you see their swing, you see the way they load up in the box, and you see once they get a hold of them, holy crap, they rip the ball. Like Louis Matesh, whoever knew he could hit the ball like that?
No.
Whoever knew he could hit the ball like that? Me, you know what? I take it for granted. I'm like, okay, Louis is good. Maybe he'll get on base once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's roping balls, getting for RBIs, guys playing outstanding, jumping into fences. You wouldn't even know his age.
Which star today is going to be the one that's playing when they're over 50? Like, most guys retire at around 40 or whatever, and then a few just stay and play forever. Like, you have Greenberg, you have Eliezer, you have this one, you have that. You have all these stars. Which guy is going to be the one that's going to be the older one that the younger kids are not even going to know he used to be good? Like when your brother's playing first base,
God.
Because he can't run.
I can't even imagine
It's
that right
crazy.
now. And it's crazy to even think about that because that's literally what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what happened.
These guys are playing shortstop, third base, and you never know. And then you come into the league and be like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And these guys were all-star, gold gloves, ridiculous outfielders.
Speaking of your brother, I was concerned if he was going to become too conservative on the bases because of what's happened in this series.
No.
The game one, then the other game when he stopped at third, and then should he have gone, but the coach told him to stop, on and on. But he scored that run on a ground out to short center, play at first, gets by Steven Batesh, goes to second, fine. Steven, for some reason, throws a moonshot nowhere near anybody with your brother standing on second. Clearly safe. Why he even threw
Hold the ball. Hold the ball.
And he lets the guy go to third and score on a sac fly. So
That was the biggest run.
It was huge.
It was 1-0. That's a 1-up game right there.
And Leo, by the way, I mean, talk about a guy that gets overlooked. Even now, we're talking for 15 minutes or so. The guy just constantly gets overlooked. Came out with so many walks and then just stopped all the walks with no warning. He just got sharp and just cruised the rest of the way.
No, it is. He has to find his rhythm, and I'll tell you right now, he can't do this. They can't do this Sunday morning. There can't be a walk given. We can't start the game on walks, and he knows that, and I don't need to even tell him that. But once he gave up a couple walks, he was able to lock down, get in his groove, and he was getting 4, 5, 6 batters out. The 7th, he was just mowing through lineups.
Mowing, yeah, he really was.
And he really looked lights out, shut down pitcher, and when you pitch like that and you play that type of ball, it's going to come down to the defense. It's going to come down to the defense because when you have two amazing pitchers on the mound like that and you can't hit them, the defense is going to be the play because one ball goes through on a stupid bobble, one pop-up's dropped. It's not the pitcher's fault at the end of the day. It's how the defense is going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to that Joseph comment about was he going to be conservative on the bases?
Yeah.
After that play that people were questioning him when Teddy Braha bobbled the ball, I think that was
Yes.
game 2?
Yes.
Game 2?
No, game three.
Sorry,
Game
when
three.
he bobbled that ball on the saying, Joe Shagiev came around to tie it up at 6 up.
Yes.
I spoke to Joseph. Well, Hank was in his face on third base saying everything in the book not to make him run. I think Hank told him that if you run through this, I'm going to deck you in the face,
Right.
something along those lines. And I told Joseph, and I sat him down, and I said, Joe, I saw you being conservative. I said, we live or die by you. You are our number 3 overall pick. You are the best player on this team, and you know that. If you make that run, we are celebrating. And if you don't make that run, we're bashing you. At the end of the day, you need to do what you want to do, and we trust your speed. And when I sat him down, I said, Joe, don't listen to anybody else. I know you, and I know you know how to run the bases better than anybody. Go for what you want. Trust yourself.
Play your
trust
game.
the process, and play your game that got us here. And when I told them that, that's why you saw him make those runs.
Yeah.
Get up and be an aggressive ball. Make them throw that ball. Me? No way. I'll get out by a mile. Him? That guy runs so fast. Speedy Gonzalez. Make them throw the ball. Don't hold back what we got here. Being aggressive on the base pass. Making able to run. Making them throw the ball. These guys are great, but you got a lot of them that are rookies, a lot of them coming out of high school, some players that haven't played. You have a center fielder, he's playing amazing shutout, Teddy Braha. But you know what? He's still a rookie, and we're in the World Series. Mistakes happen.
Sure.
Mistakes happen, and I've seen that over and over again. Not just from rookies, from veterans. When the light is on, some people can't take the heat. If you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen, baby.
100%. So, last point is what you just mentioned about the two pitchers. They don't have a first, second inning to get settled. They are starting in the 10th inning. They can't have and they both usually need some time to get a little bit settled. It's just a wild dynamic. I don't see how anyone. I know it's a little strange with the schedule and 9:30, and it might only be 10 minutes or it might be 3 hours. I don't see how you can't be here at 9:30 to see what's going to happen because it is the 10th inning of a game. It's like a Wimbledon match getting suspended at
nighttime when they didn't have lights. Exactly.
What kind of stupidity is the 12-all tiebreaker in 5th set of Wimbledon?
I want to go all the way and see who the champ's going to be. The 12-all tiebreaker is cutting it in half, not knowing who the real winner is because all the time you have win by 2, win by 2, win by 2. A tiebreaker, anybody could win. Anybody could win. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, one mishap. A real game, that's why I love the Wimbledon, because in the 5 sets you have to win by 2.
Yes.
Like that amazing match, John Isner against Nicholas Mahut.
Yes.
That was a ridiculous match. I think it was 70-68.
Yes.
Something along
that
those
got
lines.
a little nuts. That was over 3-4 days by the end of it. And then don't forget the Federer-Roddick match that time.
You know what?
Was
It's not.
amazing,
It's
and-
not about the time, Norm. It's not about the time.
What
it's
is it?
about who comes out to play. What player inside of you is going to come out to play? Is it going to be that John Isner that, okay, you know what, I'm here to play a match? Or is it going to be that player that says, you know what, I want to win. I want that championship. I know what's on the line. I know what time of day it is. And I know right now is the time for my foot to sit on that gas pedal and not let off. Like I told my team, we have 100 miles in front of us of roaming, not a car in front of us. Not a car in front of us, and I'm sitting on that gas pedal. There's no way I'm holding up. And this is the time to show up. Because if you don't show up now, Sunday afternoon, we're sitting home, sulking in our tears, sitting in our bed, and thinking about what the White Walkers could have done to force a Game 5. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So right now, what I need to do, what the Walkers need to do, is make sure and understand that this is the World Series. Everybody needs to know that this is Game 4. Top of the 10th inning, 1-up game. 2 pitchers coming out to play.
I want to suit up.
Which offense is going to come
I'm
to play?
pumped. I'm
Which
pumped.
defense is
Let's
going to come
go,
to
baby.
play? Sunday morning is around the corner. Everybody listening, you got to come out and see this game. Got to come out and watch. This is going to be ridiculous. NRJ has done an amazing job. There's going to be face painting. There's going to be balloons for the kids. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be snacks. Everybody's got to come out to play Fireman's West. And we're on a new field. How can you not come out during the World Series on a beautiful Sunday in the middle of July? No?
And I told Raw Dog, God forbid, if he loses in 10, 15 minutes, we're going to paint him a nice big smiley face to cover his frown, but that's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Not making my prediction just yet, but I think we're going to be here a while on Sunday.
I like how that
and
sounds.
Monday morning, I am going to that trophy place to put a team's name on that trophy forever.
That's
Who's it going to be?
ridiculous. I have
We're
the
going to
chills.
know
I have the
on
chills.
Sunday. We're going to know on Sunday. I can't wait to see it. Wow, look deep into the interview.
Let's
We didn't get that.
go!
The Raw Dog, #1, Eric Raw Dog Greenberg of the White
The best
Walkers.
commission in the world. Norman, you did an amazing job this year. You're
Thank
still
you,
doing
Raw.
an amazing job, really.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to sit down with you.
And I want to thank you for always agreeing to come out here early in the morning. We appreciate it. And the fans love you, man. The fans want more Raw Dog. Keeping it
go.
real, keeping it raw.
Come out Sunday morning and you'll see more Raw Dog, baby.
Love it, dude. Good luck.
Thank you, baby.